The Mud Dauber Wasp's Pottery, A Quiet Journey to Rest. Chapter 1. The Quiet Earth and the First Stirrings of Mud. The world settles into a deep quiet, a hush that breathes softly as the edges of day blur into the gentle embrace of evening, or as the first barely there light touches the sleeping earth. There is a profound stillness here, where the very air seems to hold its breath, waiting, as if the entire landscape has paused in a moment of deep contemplation. This quietude invites a deep sense of peace, a slowing of all things, allowing the subtle, often unheard rhythms of nature to emerge from the background hum of daily life. In this serene pause, the sharp edges of the day's demands soften, and the mind finds an unhurried space to observe, to simply be. The light itself undergoes a sensory softening, muting the sharper contrasts and muting the louder sounds, inviting a more introspective and peaceful observation of the natural world. This pervasive tranquility fosters a deep and inherent sense of calm that gradually envelops the listener's mind, easing it into a state of receptive tranquility, a preparation for the gentle descent into rest. The quiet is not an absence, but a presence, a comforting blanket woven from the subtle movements of air and the distant murmurs of the fading day. It is a moment of profound grounding, where the hurried pace of the waking world recedes, leaving behind a serene canvas for the unfolding narrative. Beneath this profound quiet, the ground itself rests, a vast, soft cradle holding quiet secrets within its depths. The earth is not merely solid, unyielding ground, but a living, breathing entity, constantly shifting and transforming, offering its gentle gifts with an enduring, silent generosity. Among these myriad gifts is the humble yet profoundly significant mud, a primordial blend of fine dust and cool, life-giving water, soft and yielding, a pliable offering directly from the sleeping world. This particular kind of mud, often a specific type of clay soil, possesses a unique, exquisite softness and a remarkably fine grain. These qualities allow it to hold shape with an inherent grace and tenacity, much like the meticulously prepared clay a gentle potter might meticulously use to craft delicate forms. This raw material is a product of eons of geological processes, forged by the patient erosion of ancient rocks, by the slow, deliberate accumulation of microscopic silts, and the even finer clay particles, all subtly interwoven with decomposed organic matter that lends it a richness and depth. The natural composition of this earth gift imbues it with an inherent plasticity, a remarkable responsiveness that makes it ideally suited for shaping and forming, a silent testament to the earth's own ingenious quiet engineering. The precise consistency, a delicate and vital balance of moisture and particulate matter, is absolutely crucial to its utility. It must be neither too watery to hold its form and structure, nor too stiff and unyielding to be easily manipulated. This intrinsic characteristic, the soft and yielding nature of the earth's offering, contributes to a deep sense of groundedness and unwavering stability, a gentle reassurance that all foundations, both physical and metaphorical, are firm and secure. The very thought of this foundational softness invites a relaxation of the body, allowing it to feel completely supported and at peace. Into this profound stillness, a tiny whisper of life emerges, the mud dauber wasp. She is not a creature of haste or urgency, but a quiet, ancient artisan embodying patience and precision in every delicate movement. Her presence is often no more than a soft shadow, a fleeting, almost imperceptible movement that barely stirs the quiet air around her. Her form is exquisitely delicate, almost ethereal, characterized by a strikingly narrow, thread like waist, a feature that lends her a uniquely slender silhouette against the quiet light of dusk or dawn. These fascinating insects typically measure between half an inch to an inch in length, approximately 12 to 25 millimeters. While many are commonly black, some species are beautifully adorned with subtle pale markings, while others possess a mesmerizing metallic blue luster, such as the blue mud dauber, contrasting with the more familiar black and yellow mud dauber. The very name mud dauber is a common designation for a diverse group of wasps, all united by their unique and intricate habit of constructing their nests meticulously from mud. Unlike their more widely known social cousins, such as hornets or yellow jackets, which live in large cooperative colonies, mud daubers are distinctly solitary wasps. Each female works alone, diligently building her own nest without the communal support or defensive behaviors of a large colony. This solitary nature significantly contributes to their generally docile demeanor. They are far less aggressive than social wasps and rarely sting humans unless directly provoked, handled, or accidentally trapped. This inherent lack of aggression, their quiet, singular focus on their intricate work, further enhances the peaceful ambiance that surrounds their endeavors, making them observers of nature's quiet artistry rather than potential threats. She moves with a singular, unhurried purpose, a solitary being in the vast, quiet expanse, her very existence a testament to the quiet power of instinct and natural design, an ancient blueprint guiding her every careful action. Her initial movements are slow, a gentle, deliberate exploration of her immediate surroundings, a patient and thorough survey of the world through her multifaceted compound eyes and delicate antennae, sensing the subtle shifts in air currents, light, and humidity. She meticulously seeks out a protected, shady site, a place of quiet refuge, always ensuring it is located conveniently near a reliable and abundant supply of that soft, yielding mud. For the successful development of her future progeny depends entirely on this crucial, readily available resource. Imagine the soft, almost feather light touch of her tiny feet as she explores various surfaces that might serve as a suitable foundation for her future home. She discriminates between the smooth, cool eaves of a sheltered space, feeling the nuanced coolness against her delicate sensory organs, the rough, familiar texture of old, weathered wood, or the cool, steady expanse of concrete. Each touch is light, a mere whisper against the surface, her tiny appendages delicately discerning the texture, stability, and adherence properties of prospective substrates. Her chosen places are consistently found in the quiet, undisturbed corners of the world, nestled securely within the sturdy timbers of barns, beneath the sheltered, often shadowy eaves of houses, tucked away under porch ceilings where she is shielded from the elements, or securely anchored beneath the robust arches of bridges. These are not random choices, but rather deeply instinctive selections for sheltered, quiet places, far removed from the harshness of the open world. Such locations offer crucial protection from adverse weather conditions, including heavy rain, strong winds, and extreme temperatures, both scorching heat and bitter cold, while also providing a degree of seclusion from potential predators and human disturbance. The meticulous decision making process, though guided by an ancient instinct, is remarkably precise. reflecting an inherent wisdom that guides her to optimal locations where her precious progeny can develop undisturbed, ensuring their highest chance of survival. This careful, unhurried selection of a secure, calm location creates a profound sense of gentle security, a silent promise of safety and inviolability, allowing the mind to settle into its own protected space, mirroring the tranquil haven the wasp so meticulously crafts for her young. Finally, her persistent exploration leads her to discover a patch of earth, a place where the mud possesses just the right perfect consistency for her exacting architectural needs. This is a quiet discovery, a gentle recognition, guided by an innate, profound understanding of soil and its properties. Mud dauber wasps preferentially collect well graded soils that are rich in silt and contain small yet crucial amounts of clay. The clay minerals, in particular, are vitally important, acting as a natural cementing agent that will bind the individual soil particles together, significantly increasing the strength, durability, and resilience of the nest once it dries and hardens. This precise choice of raw material is far from arbitrary. It directly ensures the structural integrity and long term longevity of the nest, which must endure for many months, vigilantly protecting the developing young through various environmental challenges and the passage of seasons. The cool, damp mud yields softly to her delicate touch as she begins the intricate process of stirring and gathering it. She does not dig with brute force, but rather with a soft, almost tremulous vibration of her jaws. This is a gentle, precise stirring of the earth that skillfully reveals its hidden pliability and optimal workability. This precise vibratory tapping, executed with the subtle yet powerful movements of her front legs and jaws, is a sophisticated natural engineering technique. It effectively compacts the individual soil particles, significantly increasing the density and compressive strength of the developing nest walls. Scientists studying these natural architects have observed that this method allows the wasp to achieve dry densities in her completed nests that are remarkably comparable to those produced by laboratory soil compaction tests. This deliberate, unhurried approach, this quiet, unwavering focus on securing the perfect mud and selecting the ideal, most protected site, speaks to a deep inherent wisdom embedded within nature. It is a wisdom that operates without any sense of human like urgency, instead, prioritizing meticulous precision and enduring quality. It is a quiet contemplation of how truly significant and lasting things are built, one small, patient, and perfectly executed step at a time, fostering a profound sense of calm, inevitability, and unwavering purpose. The earth, in its quiet generosity, offers its softest, most pliable parts, allowing for this miraculous transformation of a common, unassuming material into a tactile, comforting, and remarkably strong presence. This gentle offering, this precise blend of fine particles and vital moisture, holds within it a spectrum of quiet, unassuming beauty, inviting the mind to visualize a gentle, subtly varied landscape as the foundation for this peaceful narrative, providing a soft, consistent backdrop for a journey into deeper tranquility. The fundamental connection between the artisan and her raw material is palpable, an ancient silent dance of creation that speaks to the profound simplicity and timeless effectiveness of natural engineering, deeply calming the receptive observer. Chapter 2: The gentle journey of the mud pellet. From the yielding earth, where the quiet whispers of the soil met the delicate touch of the artisan, a tiny act of creation begins, propelled by the silent, unyielding force of instinct and an ancient, inherent design. The wasp, with her specialized mouth parts, her jaws gently scrapes up the soft, perfectly conditioned mud, with a precision that seems almost surgical for such a small creature. She meticulously forms it into a small, perfect orb. This miniature sphere, typically no larger than a tiny bead or a peppercorn, is a marvel of natural engineering. It is a minuscule parcel of the earth itself, now transformed into a fundamental building block. This precious, delicate cargo is then held with utmost care and unwavering precision between her delicate front legs, poised for its transformative journey. It is a silent testament to the patient accumulation of small things, the profound realization that something grand and enduring can be built from repeated, gentle, and seemingly insignificant efforts, a quiet lesson in perseverance and the profound power of incremental progress. Each tiny pellet, carefully molded and secured, represents a single focused intention, an unwavering dedication to the larger vision of a secure and protective haven for the next generation. The very act of forming this small, self contained unit of construction material highlights the inherent efficiency and purposeful design embedded within the wasp's ancient craft, a quiet testament to the perfection of nature's timeless methods. The inherent softness and pliability of the mud at this initial stage allows for its careful manipulation, and the wasp's gentle yet firm touch ensures its integrity before she embarks on the transformative flight. With her tiny orb cradled securely, a miniature world held between her legs, she begins her quiet flight. The air around her is soft, perhaps infused with the gentle coolness that signals the light is gracefully fading into twilight's serene embrace, casting long, gentle shadows that soften the edges of the world and dissolve any harsh lines. Or perhaps it is the crisp, fresh air just emerging with the first blush of dawn, painting the sky with delicate hues of rose and gold, promising a new day. Her journey through this soft air is not marked by haste or urgency. Mud daubers, while capable of swift flight, consistently exhibit a slow, steady, and deliberate rhythm in their aerial movements. A gentle, high pitched hum accompanies her through the air as her delicate wings beat with precise, unhurried strokes. This characteristic humming sound, a soft, almost imperceptible vibration, is an intrinsic and constant part of her work, often heard most distinctly as she approaches the nest site to apply and compact the freshly gathered mud. This rhythmic flight, a quiet back and forth, forms a mesmerizing, rhythmic dance, a seamless connection between the source of the earth's offering, the damp, yielding patch of soil, and the chosen sheltered place of creation, the nascent nesting site. It is a journey marked by an unparalleled efficiency and unwavering purpose, yet it is utterly devoid of any frantic energy, embodying instead a peaceful, consistent flow that seems to resonate with the very pulse of the natural world. The distance she covers, while seemingly short and trivial to human perception, represents a significant undertaking for such a small creature, yet it is undertaken with an unwavering, quiet resolve, a testament to her deep instinctual commitment to the future generation she is meticulously building for. The gentle, repetitive nature of these numerous trips, the steady rhythm of her flight, and the consistent, soft hum all contribute to a feeling of deep, predictable calm, reminiscent of the soothing, repetitive sound of ocean waves lapping softly on a distant shore. Sometimes her diligent search for the perfect consistency and supply of mud takes her on slightly different trajectories, leading her to visit two or even more distinct patches of earth to gather her building material. This gentle meandering, this subtle variation in her collection routes often results in fascinating subtle variations in the color of the mud she carries back to the nest. Her nest, once completed, therefore becomes a quiet, natural palette of the earth's own diverse hues. One tiny pellet might be a deeper, richer brown, reflecting a soil type abundant in organic matter or a particular mineral composition found in a shaded, perpetually damp spot. Another pellet, perhaps collected from a more exposed, sun kissed locale, might exhibit a lighter, sandy tan, and still another could carry a delicate hint of reddish clay, indicative of geological deposits rich in iron from yet a different area. Each tiny mud ball, a unique and distinct shade, contributes to a quiet visual tapestry of the nest, weaving together a natural mosaic without introducing any sense of jarring complexity, disorder, or visual busyness. This quiet diversity within the earth itself, a subtle beauty revealed in the most mundane of materials, invites the listener to visualize a gentle, varied landscape in their mind's eye, further distracting from any anxious or intrusive thoughts, instead promoting a profound and relaxed contemplation of natural variation and harmony. The overall appearance of the completed nest, therefore, becomes a nuanced, earthy artwork, a silent reflection of the diverse provenance of its constituent materials. This natural variability, far from being a flaw, is a beautiful and intrinsic consequence of her instinctive, tireless search for the optimal mud consistency, a silent testament to the earth's subtle shifts in composition and character, and the wasp's remarkable adaptive wisdom in utilizing what nature provides. She arrives back at her chosen quiet place, her return as gentle and unhurried as her departure, a seamless continuation of her purposeful dance. Here, with meticulous care, she plasters the freshly gathered soil ball onto the nascent structure of the nest, deftly rolling it into a smooth, even layer of the growing cell wall. This is the moment of precise application, a soft press, a deliberate and intentional placement where the raw, yielding material begins its miraculous transformation into a structured, resilient form. The wasp uses her head and her highly dexterous jaws to expertly press the mud ball into its exact position, smoothing it out with a remarkable precision that utterly belies her diminutive size. An integral and often overlooked part of this intricate process is the strategic addition of her own saliva, secreted from specialized glands. This saliva acts as a natural binding agent, a biocement that helps to significantly enhance the mud's workability and, more importantly, contributes substantially to the final strength, cohesion, and resilience of the dried structure. This natural secretion serves to further homogenize the mud mixture, ensuring a cohesive and extraordinarily strong bond between the newly added material and the already existing nest structure, creating a seamless and unified whole. As she meticulously works, a soft, rhythmic vibration accompanies her efforts, a high pitched humming sound that is deeply integrated with her movements and her focused purpose. This is not a loud, jarring buzz, but rather a quiet, almost melodic song of creation, an intense, almost felt vibration that resonates deeply with her unwavering purpose. This vibratory tapping, executed through repetitive, precise motions of her legs and jaws, is a sophisticated natural engineering technique. It effectively packs the individual soil particles more tightly, significantly increasing the density and mechanical strength of the developing nest walls. Researchers studying these natural phenomena have consistently observed that this method allows the wasp to achieve remarkable dry densities in her nests that are comparable to those produced by highly controlled laboratory soil compaction tests. This quiet, continuous hum, combined with the gentle rhythmic movement of her tiny body as she presses, smooths, and compacts the mud, acts as a natural lullaby, a steady, repetitive sound, and a comforting sensation that helps to quiet the mind and encourages a gentle, effortless drift into rest. This meticulous process reinforces the profound notion of a safe, stable, and protective environment being meticulously crafted around you, inviting a deep sense of security and peace. The inherent precision and sustained, unwavering effort in this seemingly simple act of mud placement speaks volumes about the evolutionary wisdom deeply embedded within this quiet artisan. Chapter 3: The Architect's Touch, Shaping the Earth's Embrace. With each new pellet, meticulously gathered and transported from the yielding earth, the sculptor's touch begins its intricate dance, steadily defining the emerging form of the nest. The wasp, with an innate understanding of her materials and her vision, gently presses each mud ball into its designated position, using her head and jaws with remarkable dexterity to smooth it out and shape it into a short, hollow tube. This is not a forceful action, but a process of soft, rhythmic pressing, a gentle shaping where the fresh mud yields willingly to her precise manipulations, then, as if by magic, holds its carefully crafted form with quiet tenacity as it begins to settle. She meticulously plasters each new soil ball onto the growing structure, seamlessly rolling it into a smooth, continuous layer of the cell wall, with slow, deliberate motions, ensuring perfect adhesion and integration of each new addition. The profound artistry in her work lies in this consistent, layer upon layer application, each contributing incrementally to the evolving cylindrical or pipe like form, creating a quiet spiral of mud that grows upwards or inwards, depending on the specific species of mud, dauber, and the overall architectural plan for the nest. The diversity of these mud structures is a testament to the variety within the mud dauber family. For instance, the well-known black and yellow mud dauber often builds a series of cylindrical cells that are initially formed side by side. These individual cells are then eventually plastered over with additional layers of mud, resulting in a cohesive, smooth, and often rounded mass that might be described as being about the size of a human fist or a small lemon. In stark and elegant contrast, the organ pipe mud dauber meticulously sculpts distinct elongated cylindrical tubes that famously bear a striking resemblance to the majestic resonant pipes of a grand church organ. These can be built in parallel rows, either side by side or stacked, creating a visually striking and orderly structure. Regardless of the final overarching shape, the underlying principle of individual, carefully crafted cells remains constant, ensuring each future offspring has its own dedicated chamber. This meticulous shaping ensures not only the structural integrity of the individual cell, but also its precise alignment and integration within the larger nest, a silent symphony of form and function that speaks of an ancient, instinctual architectural prowess. The internal diameter and length of these cells are instinctively calibrated to the size of her future offspring and the volume of provisions they will require. As she diligently works, a rhythmic compaction begins, a crucial step that elevates her work beyond mere mudslinging to a sophisticated form of natural engineering. The freshly plastered soil layer is gently yet firmly compacted by the repetitive, focused tapping of her delicate front legs and the precise vibrating motions of her jaws. This tapping is not a loud, jarring noise, but a soft, almost metronomic sound, a gentle drumbeat of creation that resonates with the quiet purpose of her task. It is akin to a tiny ancient machine working with quiet precision, a vibratory compaction technique that remarkably mimics the deep, steady work of the earth itself, and surprisingly, parallels advanced human geotechnical engineering methods. Scientists who have extensively studied this fascinating behavior note that this vibratory method allows the wasp to pack the individual soil particles incredibly tightly, significantly increasing the density and mechanical strength of the developing nest walls. The resulting nests are remarkably hard and stiff, achieving dry densities comparable to those produced in laboratory soil compaction tests. This inherent ancient wisdom, a quiet mastery of the Earth's materials, allows her to create structures of remarkable strength and resilience, meticulously designed to withstand the elements and vigilantly protect the delicate life developing within. The judicious use of her saliva, a natural protein rich secretion mixed subtly with the mud, further enhances this compaction, providing natural cementing properties that bind the particles as the mud dries, contributing to the overall hardness, impermeability, and enduring durability of the finished structure. This seamless blend of precise mechanical force and natural chemistry ensures a robust, long lasting sanctuary built to endure the passage of time and the changing seasons. The tubular form of the cell slowly emerges, each short tube a simple, elegant form, a testament to patient, concentric building, always spiraling upwards or inwards with quiet dedication, incrementally increasing the height or length of the developing chamber. For species like the organ pipe mud dauber, these cells arrange themselves into distinctive vertical parallel rows, truly resembling the quiet, grand pipes of an organ, an earthen music waiting to be played, a silent testament to the harmony of natural design. Other species, such as the black and yellow mud dauber, construct their series of cylindrical cells side by side, which are then masterfully plastered over to form a more amorphous, lump shaped mass that perfectly encloses the internal structure. Regardless of the specific overall shape, the underlying principle of individual, carefully crafted cells remains constant, each designed to be a self contained, protective chamber, ensuring the safety and isolation of its future occupant. This meticulous construction, the precise layering and shaping, demonstrates an unparalleled instinctual architectural prowess, a deep understanding of structural integrity. As the mud is applied and shaped, a gentle yet crucial transformation begins. It slowly starts to dry in the ambient air, entering a quiet period of essential inactivity that is vital for the nest's ultimate resilience. This drying process allows the freshly laid mud to firm up, to transition from a soft, pliable state to become resilient and unyielding. This drying is a natural, unforced process, a gentle hardening of the soil, where softness slowly but inevitably becomes strength without any perceptible force or struggle. The water content within the mud gradually evaporates into the surrounding atmosphere, and as it does, the microscopic clay particles draw closer to one another, forming intricate bonds, a process known as desiccation. This atmospheric drying quietly and profoundly increases the stiffness and compressive strength of the nest, a natural strengthening that deepens its protective embrace. The careful control of moisture content within the nest walls during construction also promotes a phenomenon called capillary cohesion, a kind of natural stickiness or internal bonding that further stabilizes the structure as it loses water. This thoughtful design, where the material itself naturally strengthens with the passage of time and the influence of the environment, highlights the wasp's innate understanding of fundamental material science. Within each meticulously crafted chamber, a quiet foundational purpose is being prepared for a single tiny egg. This is a profound promise of future life, unfolding without haste or drama, a subtle internal transformation that aligns perfectly with the gentle natural processes that quietly guide all things in the living world. The cells retain their perfect intended shape with very limited shrinkage as they dry, a quiet precision in nature's design that remarkably prevents any crack formation, ensuring a seamless, unbroken sanctuary for the vulnerable developing life within. The rhythmic, metronomic sound of her diligent work, the patient, sustained effort, and the quiet, incremental strengthening of the earth's offering all combine to create a deeply lulling, almost hypnotic experience, a gentle rocking motion for the mind that invites tranquility and profound rest, a silent affirmation of enduring stability and peace. The very act of observing, or even just imagining, this precise and unhurried construction grounds the observer deeply in the present moment, gently releasing the mind from the anxieties and distractions of the past or the uncertainties of the future, and preparing it for a profound and restorative descent. Chapter 4: The Whispering Walls of Insulated Sanctuary. The nest now takes its distinct and final shape, a meticulously crafted collection of tubular brood cells, each one a testament to quiet, patient artistry and an astonishing display of sophisticated natural engineering. Its form, as observed in various species of mud dauber wasps, may vary significantly. For instance, the common black and yellow mud dauber creates a series of individual cylindrical cells that are initially built side by side, then ultimately plastered over with additional layers of mud, forming a remarkably smooth, often irregularly rounded mass, commonly described as being approximately the size of a human lemon or even a closed fist. In stark and elegant contrast, the organ pipe mud dauber meticulously constructs long, perfectly parallel rows of cylindrical tubes that indeed bear a striking resemblance to the majestic resonant pipes of a grand church organ, a silent monument to its builder's precise hand. Some other less common species, sometimes referred to as potter wasps, though taxonomically distinct, they share mud building habits, might even craft charming urn shaped or small, clay pot like structures. Regardless of the specific architectural style, the individual cells are consistently arranged with an inherent sense of orderly, gentle growth, either placed precisely side by side or carefully stacked one upon the other, each element contributing harmoniously to the overall structural integrity and profound aesthetic balance of the finished abode. This inherent order, this predictable and repetitive pattern of creation, further enhances the pervasive sense of calm and control, providing a visual and conceptual metaphor for structured peace and quietude. The walls of this growing intricate structure are built from a meticulously chosen, fine blend of Earth's particles, typically sandy silt with a crucial touch of clay. This specific mixture, often referred to by soil scientists as well graded soil, is absolutely crucial because the microscopic clay minerals within it act as natural cementing agents, effectively binding the larger silt and sand particles together as the mud dries. These walls are far more than mere physical barriers. They are quiet, unyielding guardians, slowly hardening in the air, imbued with an inherent, vital purpose that transcends their simple material. As the moisture slowly evaporates from the freshly applied mud, a process of desiccation begins, causing the individual particles to draw ever closer and the clay bonds to solidify, creating a remarkably durable, rigid, and almost stone like shell. The finished nests, once thoroughly dried, achieve impressive mechanical performance, exhibiting dry densities comparable to those achieved by highly controlled industrial soil compaction processes, showcasing the wasp's astonishing innate geotechnical ingenuity. This natural hardening, occurring without any external intervention beyond the gentle influence of atmospheric drying, progressively deepens the nest's protective embrace, incrementally increasing its inherent stiffness and strength with each passing moment of curing. These meticulously constructed walls are designed with an ancient instinctive wisdom to profoundly protect the precious, vulnerable life within from the ever changing and often harsh conditions of the outside world. They act as formidable, unyielding shields, vigilantly safeguarding the delicate eggs and developing larvae from a myriad of environmental challenges and external threats. Firstly, these walls provide crucial and effective insulation against extreme temperatures, buffering the internal environment of the cell from both the scorching heat of summer days and the bitter, penetrating cold of winter nights. This remarkable thermal regulation helps to maintain a stable and moderate internal climate, which is absolutely vital for the delicate developmental stages of the wasp. The very low porosity achieved through the wasp's unique vibratory compaction technique, which densely packs the soil particles, contributes significantly to this quiet insulation, ensuring optimal passive protection against environmental extremes, thereby creating a consistently gentle and stable internal temperature. Furthermore, these robust, impermeable walls offer steadfast defense against the gentle yet persistent insistence of rainwater, preventing moisture from seeping into the carefully sealed cells and jeopardizing the fragile contents. Beyond the inanimate elements, the walls also vigilantly shield the vulnerable young from a diverse array of potential predators. These can include other, often more aggressive wasp species that might attempt to raid or take over an abandoned nest for their own purposes, as well as various parasitic bee flies that seek to lay their eggs near the mud dauber's provisions, and even various species of birds or other small creatures that might perceive the protein rich contents of the nest as a valuable food source. This multifaceted, comprehensive protection is a silent, inherent quality of the structure itself, offering a profound sense of security and inviolability. The very thought of such complete and natural protection meticulously engineered by a tiny creature, allows the human mind to relax, knowing that a safe haven, a sanctuary from the world's inevitable fluctuations, is being built and maintained with unwavering dedication. The mud slowly releases its captive moisture, a gentle, unseen exhalation into the surrounding air. The ambient atmosphere, with its unseen currents, patiently draws the dampness away, leaving behind a firm, resilient, and enduring shell. This atmospheric drying quietly yet profoundly increases the stiffness and inherent strength of the nest, a natural strengthening process that deepens its protective embrace with every passing hour. This gentle, natural process of transformation, where inherent softness gradually yet inevitably becomes unyielding strength, unfolds without any perceptible force or struggle, aligning perfectly with the effortless flow of natural cycles. The internal structure, a meticulous testament to the wasp's precise craftsmanship, ensures that the cells retain their perfect intended shape with remarkably limited shrinkage as they dry. This quiet precision in nature's design, this inherent self correction, remarkably prevents any crack formation, ensuring a seamless, unbroken sanctuary, a truly hermetic seal that vigilantly guards against intrusion and environmental degradation. The smooth, compact exterior, free from fissures or weaknesses, speaks volumes about the mastery of the builder, ensuring the long term integrity and security of the structure. Within the very heart of this perfectly formed structure lies a hollow, resonant space. The narrative itself whispers of a hollow, resonant nest, and this resonance is not a loud, audible sound, but a subtle vibration, a deep underlying hum, an echo of the earth's own quiet energy, a profound feeling of deep connection to the grounded stillness beneath. The vibratory compaction technique, meticulously employed by the wasp during its creation, has imbued the nest walls with a deep, quiet strength and an unparalleled density. This density subtly contributes to its internal resonance, a profound, almost imperceptible hum that only the earth might truly hear, or perhaps that one might sense in the deepest quiet of their own receptive being, a feeling of innate stability that resonates through the core. This hollow, resonant nest can be imagined as an inner space of quiet and profound peace, a sanctuary not just for the wasp's young, but a metaphorical haven for the listener's own mind, its very structure echoing the profound tranquility and security it provides. The deliberate selection of sandy silt with specific amounts of clay and the resulting low porosities of the finished, densely compacted walls contribute directly and significantly to the nest's quiet insulation, providing optimal, passive protection against all environmental extremes. This ensures a constant, gentle temperature and humidity within this secure, exquisitely comfortable haven. This carefully engineered internal environment is a microclimate of peace, an ideal setting for the unseen life, poised for its own quiet journey of transformation, fostering a deep and pervasive sense of security and warmth, gently encouraging the listener's own peaceful descent into profound restorative rest. The very essence of the nest, its silent strength, its unwavering protection, and its deep connection to the earth's own pulse, becomes a comforting and powerful metaphor for the ultimate sanctuary of sleep. Chapter 5: The Unseen Life Within the Pottery. Each tubular brood cell, carefully shaped with infinite patience and strengthened layer by layer through meticulously applied and compacted mud, now reaches its final, crucial stage. It is gently sealed. This final, deliberate touch softly closes the opening, creating a complete, self contained world within the larger protective nest, a miniature earthen tomb brimming with the vibrant yet unseen promise of future life. Within the profound quiet of this chamber, a tiny, unseen life rests, a single, delicate egg, a microscopic marvel, placed softly and precisely upon its provisions. This is a quiet placement, a soft laying down of a tiny promise, a silent act of profound maternal dedication, meticulously ensuring the survival and nourishment of her offspring. The egg itself, barely visible to the naked eye, is typically laid directly upon the first spider, carefully placed within the cell, marking the initial step in a remarkable and ancient cycle of metamorphosis. These provisions, meticulously gathered and vital for the developing larva, consist primarily of paralyzed spiders. The female mud dauber is an extraordinarily skilled and specialized hunter, often targeting specific types of spiders depending on her species and the local abundance. For instance, the black and yellow mud dauber frequently preys on relatively small, often colorful spiders, such as crab spiders, various orb weavers, which are common targets, and certain jumping spiders, often finding them in and around vegetation. The striking blue mud dauber, however, is remarkably known for its distinct preference for the notoriously venomous black widow and brown widow spiders, demonstrating their significant and often overlooked role in natural pest control within various ecosystems. The wasp uses her stinger with incredible precision, not to kill the spiders, but to inject a potent venom that paralyzes them. This venom renders the spiders completely immobile, yet keeps them alive and fresh, ensuring that the provisions remain unspoiled and nutritionally viable for the larva when it eventually hatches. This ingenious strategy acts as a living, sustained food source, a perfectly preserved meal waiting patiently for its consumer. A single cell can be provisioned with a varying number of spiders, typically ranging from a few to many, depending on their size. Some species, like the black and yellow mud dauber, have been observed to meticulously cram as many as 25 to 30 small spiders into a single tube, ensuring an ample supply for their developing young. This careful arrangement of immobilized food around the egg creates a micro larder perfectly tailored to sustain the future inhabitant through its early, most vulnerable stages of life. This hidden life, deep within the earthen walls, represents a profound promise of transformation, a slow, gentle unfolding of existence. The life cycle of a mud dauber wasp involves complete metamorphosis, a complex and beautiful process progressing through four distinct stages: egg, larva, often appearing grub like, pupa, encased in a cocoon, and finally the adult wasp. Once the tiny egg hatches, the larva, a pale yellow, legless creature, immediately begins to consume the paralyzed spiders provided by its mother. A remarkable biological adaptation of the mud dauber larva is its closed digestive system during its feeding stage, meaning it does not excrete any waste until it has fully consumed all its provisions and is ready to pupate. This ingenious mechanism ensures that the cell remains pristine and free from contamination while the larva feeds, maintaining a clean and healthy environment for its development. After the larva is fully grown, a process that usually takes several weeks, it spins a protective silk cocoon within the cell and enters the pupal stage, undergoing a profound and silent transformation within its protective casing. It is during this pupal stage that the young within will typically pass the long, cold winter months, overwintering in these meticulously constructed and insulated nests. This speaks to a long, quiet period of deep rest and patient development, a vital segment of nature's own unhurried design, where life lies dormant, conserving energy, awaiting the return of warmth and the promise of a new spring. The nest stands as an absolute, unwavering, secure, and protective space, meticulously designed with ancient instinct to vigilantly shield its precious contents from the complexities and dangers of the outside world. The high densities and inherent strengths of the mud walls, achieved through the wasp's ancient and remarkably effective compaction techniques, contribute profoundly to this pervasive sense of security. These robust walls offer a multi layered defense. Firstly, they provide profound physical protection from a range of predators. This includes other, often more aggressive wasp species that might attempt to raid or take over an abandoned nest for their own purposes, as well as various parasitic insects that seek to lay their eggs near the mud dauber's provisions, and even various species of birds or other small creatures that might perceive the protein rich contents of the nest as a valuable food source. The hard, compact mud walls serve as an excellent physical barrier against these intrusions, demanding significant effort to breach. Secondly, the nest offers crucial protection from the varying and often extreme atmospheric conditions. The thick, dense mud walls provide significant insulation, maintaining a stable microclimate within each cell, effectively buffering against the drastic fluctuations of external temperature, from scorching heat to freezing cold, and against excessive humidity or dryness. This meticulous environmental control ensures that the delicate developing stages are not harmed by adverse thermal conditions and remain in optimal conditions for their growth and metamorphosis. The robust construction also guards against the gentle insistence of rainwater, preventing moisture from seeping into the cells. These external elements and potential threats are mentioned only to emphasize the deep, quiet safety of the interior, a sanctuary where all within are safe, completely enveloped in a cocoon of earthen security, a feeling that extends gently to the listener. The process within is slow, a quiet metamorphosis, a gentle shift from one state to another, unfolding deep within the protective earthen walls. This is a natural, unhurried cycle, unfolding at its own quiet, perfect pace, undisturbed by external urgency. It embodies a profound sense of sanctuary, where quiet, natural processes unfold with an inherent, timeless wisdom. This patient unfolding highlights nature's cycle of deep rest and patient renewal, a theme that resonates deeply with the very purpose of sleep itself, where the body and mind undergo their own forms of quiet transformation, restoration, and profound healing. The hollow, resonant nest, now complete with its unseen developing life, takes on an even deeper meaning as a space that resonates with safety and quietude, its very structure echoing the peace and inviolability it provides. Its strength, meticulously built through repetitive tapping and compaction, contributes to a feeling of deep, quiet stability, an unshakable foundation, a perfect haven for unseen growth, and the gentle unfolding of life, inviting the listener to feel similarly held, cradled, and utterly safe within their own space of rest. The careful sealing of each cell, the strategic provisioning of sustenance, and the long quiet period of overwintering all contribute to a narrative of profound security and natural resilience, guiding the mind towards its own state of undisturbed restorative peace. Chapter 6: The Final Gentle Surrender. The story of the nest is now beautifully told. The patient artisan, the solitary mud dauber wasp, has diligently finished her intricate work, and the unseen, developing life within rests, utterly secure in its perfectly crafted earthen cradle. The world outside continues its quiet, ceaseless turn, the moon tracing its silent arc across the vast, star-dusted sky, the distant stars watching from an impossible timeless distance. Everything has now settled into a deep, pervasive tranquility. The air, crisp and cool, hangs utterly still, holding within it the profound, comforting peace of the deep night. There is no urgency, no expectation, only the gentle, unwavering presence of the moment. The very silence is a comfort, a velvety blanket that enwraps you, separating you from the day's demands and preparing you for a deeper connection to the quiet heart of existence. Think for a moment of the remarkable strength of that small mud-walled home. It was built from the simplest, most fundamental materials imaginable, humble earth and life-giving water, and yet it is held together by an incredible fusion of instinctual patience, unwavering purpose, and the wasp's own biological ingenuity. This unassuming structure stands as a true fortress of tranquility, a perfect shelter designed to endure and protect. This feeling of profound safety, of being completely protected, cradled, and held within an unshakable sanctuary, is now entirely yours to embrace. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to be, no task unfinished, but simply to exist here, in this sacred moment of perfect, unburdened rest. The solidity of the earth, translated into the resilient walls of the nest, becomes a palpable source of security, allowing every fiber of your being to relax into absolute certainty and peace. Allow yourself now to gently let go of the day, all its demands, its fleeting moments, and its lingering concerns. Imagine all its thoughts and cares as soft, wispy mist, effortlessly dissolving and dissipating into nothingness with the gentle breath of the universe, just as mist vanishes in the warmth of the morning sun. Feel the comforting, profound weight of your body as it sinks gently, effortlessly, deeper and deeper into the surface that supports you. Each muscle, from the tips of your toes to the subtle lines of your face, can now consciously release, softening and letting go of any stored tension. Each thought, no matter how persistent, can now quietly downshift, gradually slowing until it fades entirely from your awareness. Your breathing is slow and perfectly even, a soft, natural rhythm that carries you further and further away from the waking world, like a gentle, ceaseless current. This natural rhythm is not something you control, it is something that breathes you, guiding you into deeper states of calm. You are drifting now, effortlessly and weightlessly, on a slow, gentle current, like a single perfect leaf carried downstream on a calm, meandering river. The soft hum of the earth, the very one we imagined resonating from within the core of the mud dauber's nest, is now all around you, in pervasive embrace. It is the subtle, deep vibration of the planet itself, the quiet pulse of life unfolding in harmony. It is the sound of deep quiet, the profound, palpable feeling of absolute peace that comes from being utterly grounded and secure. It is the timeless lullaby of the world itself, humming softly, unequivocally, and beautifully, singing you to a peaceful, deep slumber. All external concerns recede into an indistinct background, leaving only the tranquil sensation of profound rest. The journey is complete. The quiet journey to rest, guided by the silent artistry of the mud dauber wasp and the earth's own gentle rhythms, has reached its destined destination. There is only the deep, comforting darkness, the enveloping feeling of ultimate security, and the gentle, irresistible pull of sleep, guiding you into a long, restorative, and profoundly peaceful rest. Allow yourself to fully surrender to this peace. Trust in the quiet strength that surrounds you and the innate wisdom of your own body. Sleep now, sleep deeply. Allow yourself to fully embrace the profound tranquility that is your birthright. Sleep,